Okay. So we will start. Thank you.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Bonjour tout le monde. Donc,
Hello everyone.
bonjour tout le monde. Donc, bonjour tout le monde. Donc, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Salam alaikum. Alaikum. Donc, chers amis, chers participants, chers invités, donc, dans le cadre des activités de notre chapitre ISC de Jazair, nous avons l'honneur de vous convier aujourd'hui à notre second webinaire qui s'inscrit dans la longue série de rencontres, webinaires, séminaires, conférences que nous comptons organiser durant les prochains mois. Donc, je voudrais saisir cette occasion pour donner un très bref aperçu de notre chapitre ISC2, le Jazair, qui vient de voir le jour depuis maintenant 4 mois. Donc, nous sommes, si tu peux passer juste au prochain slide, Mohamed. Voilà, donc oui, donc nous sommes, le prochain, s'il te plaît. Voilà. Donc, nous sommes le 7e chapitre ISC2 en Afrique, après ceux de l'Afrique du Sud, du Nigeria, du Ghana, du Kenya, de l'Ouganda et de l'Éthiopie, et le seul pour le moment dans toute l'Afrique du Nord. Donc, le chapitre Jazair est un regroupement de professionnels de la sécurité de l'information pour la promotion et le développement de la cybersécurité en Algérie. Nous avons pour objectif d'être un forum pour le partage de connaissances, de l'expertise et de la sensibilisation autour des enjeux du numérique liés aux risques cyber. Nous avons tous fait le constat de la nécessité de l'urgence de se regrouper pour permettre aux spécialistes, aux professionnels, aux chercheurs du domaine qui sont présents dans notre pays, mais aussi ceux de notre diaspora, d'y contribuer d'une manière plus efficace et surtout mieux organisée. Donc, au nom des membres fondateurs de notre chapitre, je tiens à remercier tout d'abord notre speaker du jour, Mohamed Malki, qui est lui-même membre fondateur de notre chapitre et qui a été à l'initiative de l'organisation de ce webinaire du jour, portant sur la préparation à l'examen Cybersecurity Certified, sans oublier l'ensemble des membres fondateurs du chapitre et en particulier Mohamed Ali Fthi et Bachir Beniali, qui ont activement contribué à la mise en œuvre de ce webinaire. Donc, sans tarder, je vais laisser la parole à Mohamed Ali pour présenter le speaker. Merci.
Merci, Sofiane. Alors, chers participants, bienvenue à notre webinaire sur le thème de la certification CC. Je suis Mohamed Ali Fati, je suis chargé de la communication au sein du chapitre et je suis ravi d'être parmi vos hôtes avec Bachir, Sofiane et l'équipe pour cette session que j'espère enrichissante. Avant de commencer, permettez-moi de vous présenter quelques règles importantes pour que tout se déroule de manière fluide et interactive. Tout d'abord, votre participation est essentielle pour rendre ce webinaire réellement interactif. N'hésitez pas à utiliser la fonction de chat tout au long de la présentation pour pouvoir poser vos questions ou partager vos réflexions. Nous répondrons à vos questions après l'intervention de nos conférenciers. Ensuite, votre avis nous est précieux. Nous apprécions vos commentaires qui nous aident à améliorer nos futurs webinaires. Prenez un moment à la fin de la session, s'il vous plaît, pour évaluer votre expérience. Pour nos membres ISC², les crédits CPI seront attribués dans les 5 jours ouvrables après l'événement. Par contre, pour être éligible à ces crédits, veuillez vous assurer, s'il vous plaît, d'une durée de visionnage minimale de 45 minutes. Veuillez noter aussi que ce webinaire pourra être enregistré à des fins de référence futures et d'éducation. Cependant, la distribution de l'enregistrement sans autorisation explicite est strictement interdite. Now, let me introduce our distinguished speaker, Mohamed Malki. He is a driving force behind the transformation of the state of Colorado's security landscape. With his expertise, Mohamed has significantly contributed to building Colorado's cybersecurity plan, designing the state's public cloud architecture, and shaping the requirements for the Blockchain Center of Excellence. Mohamed holds an impressive repertoire of over 50 certifications. As a certified security trainer, he has empowered numerous individuals to achieve their certification goals and continuously contributes to the cybersecurity community. In recognition of his passion and dedication to ensuring secure systems and strategic thinking in state IT, Mohammed was honored as the State Cybersecurity Leader of the Year 2019. Now, without further ado, let's welcome Mohammed Melki as he shares his invaluable insights and experiences with us. Please join me in giving him a warm virtual round of applause. Thank you for being part of the webinar, and I hope you find the session enriching and informative. Let's make the most of this opportunity to learn and grow together. Over to you, Mohammed.
Shukran, merci. Thank you, Si Mohammed, Si Sufyan. It's a pleasure of mine to be here. So inshallah, I'll try to share my screen. And of course, you can get the best out of this session when you put your question. So try to summarize your question, put in the chat so we can answer your questions. So let me share my screen. I think I'm sharing my screen. Do you see my screen now?
Yes.
Awesome. So you see the mail. Great. So I do this kind of session through ISC², being one of the senior instructor. I do teach actually 4 or 5 of the certs ISC² has. The CC, the CISSP, the ISSEP, which is System Security Engineering. That's the prerequisite is the CISSP, and the CCSP and the SSCP. So, and very soon I'll be teaching the CGRC, used to be called CAP. The reason I'm saying this is you will see that in the last slide, I'll be sharing with you some links where there are some recording that I have done this CC exam ready topic, which is basically how to help you to get certified, really. That's my objective. And why not? I know, I was born, in Algeria, بالعباس بالضبط مدينة ابن باديس. I know there's بن باديس in قسنطينة. ميوار بن باديس انت بالعباس. So إن شاء الله مدينة علم, and we like to share what we learn. So if we have to be overseas and we miss our parents, our friends, so let's at least do something, inshallah, give it back to the community, inshallah. So please, there is no bad question. Summarize the question and read the question in the chat. So if somebody asks a question that's similar to yours, just spare us and we'll answer it, inshallah. And then I will give you my contact after the finish the slide, so you can reach out to me and you connect, and if there's any way I can help. So here's the agenda. Why career in cybersecurity? Really, why? Why do you want to be in cybersecurity? I think if you don't have by now decided to be in cybersecurity, you are going to miss a lot. And I can share some experience, and because I teach, and I did teach many individuals who came from different sort of life. I mean, from a cook, from a nurse, from a store manager, all the way to a CISO. Also, all about certified in cybersecurity. This is a great opportunity for what we call a poor person budget. We used to call it a poor man budget, but we have a woman in the audience, so we have to be sensitive, especially if I'm surrounded with 3 daughters and a wife. So I have to be, give the right place for our sisters out there. And what are the opportunity in the cybersecurity? And you can ask me really here questions. Hey, I am certified in this field, cybersecurity. What can I do? And then how to prepare for exam. I'll be spending a little bit of time here because I think there's a sister here going to talk about this topic, the only center of Persian View Academy. So I'll be sharing what I have available. And this material came from the horse mouth, يعني from the ISC². من فم الحصان كما يقولوا هما. Bless yours. Forgive me if I'm not speaking French or in Arabic because the content is English. So when we get our act together and we start to produce products, so we can do it in Arabic. Until then, we are going to use English because even the French student, I had some French students here, they are learning English. So I can guarantee you in Algeria, English is being giving a lot of support. The president, Siteboon, I think that was in Algeria when it was Morsomri Asi, encouraging. I think it's a lot to use now English somewhere in school. So, and I can tell you, my nephew and my niece, they are really speaking English. They don't live here. So we have a poll, I think, that we need to put there. Sufyan, can you share it with
Yes.
the audience, and please
Yeah.
give them like a, I don't know, 30 seconds or a minute and get some
Yes.
response. And tell me
Yeah.
what you get, because I don't see it.
Okay.
So the question we have, I sat for the CC exam, which means I did, and hopefully you passed. And if you didn't pass, really, why are you taking the poll from Sufyan? I'm going through the questions. I know a lot of people did not pass, and I'd like to share that with you as well. People with the cybersecurity experience, or you have scheduled the exam, but you didn't take it yet. I'm waiting for maybe hopefully get some answer from ISC², my contact. I reach out to them early morning here. Our time is 8 o'clock, 8 something my time here, AM. Hopefully I can hear from them about some stats. Then I am going to to schedule my exam soon. I will do it, and that will I will share some tips about. Yeah, I will do it tomorrow. So which never happened, right? With life. Then I'm going to train for the CC exam and then get on the calendar. Again, you will feel that I'm going to put some pressure on you to get going. And so I'm going to do it. That's not. I will try. It's not. Yeah, say I am doing it. Then, of course, some of you are going to be here just to learn more before, you go ahead and schedule the exam. You have no excuse, because you'll find out that is not to cost you a thing. This is very rare to find ISC² that some of their exams are like now, I think $699 or something around that. You have free training, free exam, voucher. That just happened in dreams. So you have no excuse. So what do we have, Sufyan, as a response from our beloved audience? Hopefully you are responding, okay?
Yes, we have 15 response actually. So the first question was, please describe your relationship with the ISC². 30% are not yet a member from ISC², and we have 40% who are actually a member. I guess they pass, they are CISSP or CC certified, and 6% who actually pursuing for CC credential.
Okay, so the question you have in the poll is not synced with the one on the slide, which is which is good. I mean, at
Yes.
least, yeah, which is at least you get a double menu, so you can decide which question to answer. But this is the thing I'm going to drive, because this one, while somebody says I am going to, that doesn't make me feel warm and fuzzy, especially if we have a quota. We have 1 million globally that are going to get this. Last time, I think I was presenting, or before we went live, I think there's a lot of opportunity to take advantage of this, especially when the dollars versus the local the currency we have. You should take advantage of it. So more into this. So
We have also another question about how many years of experience you have in cybersecurity. So it can be interesting to get this information from the audience.
yeah,
So probably we have actually more than 60% who have more than 10 years experience.
awesome. Awesome. 10 years is a lot. So yeah. So again,
50%.
if we share information with the board here, it just will help us to make the case with ISC². It will help us really get the attention we deserve. So and as I said, this team are in the field of cybersecurity. Your information is not going to be shared with anyone. So the cybersecurity workforce need close to 3 million. So there is a global shortage in this area. Why?
No,
A lot
no,
of
no,
the
no, excuse me. It's 20% which are actually new in the field because most of it has been updated with 20% which are new, and less than 20% who have more than 10 years experience, between 5 and 10 years experience. So
even
So the
Yeah.
majority is new in the field.
Awesome, awesome. And even if you are experienced, I think you get something out of this. If nothing, we get to know each other, so we can do things together. So 3 million. I mean, that's what we think globally. There's a need for cybersecurity workforce. I can tell you that need is increased every day because of two reasons. The change, the way how people do things, the move from a physical interaction with their government, with their company, with their bank to a digital interaction. So everything became cyber, right? For that transformation happening, and all in the name of serving the customer, serving the citizens, right? So the digital transformation is actually forcing this. So the business is pushing for this. This example, AI. AI is the latest thing. You think about the cloud computing, what have you, but AI latest thing. Now there are a lot of services that can be done. I just presented on AI. Actually, I did presentation in Biskra Yom Al-Ilm on the 16th of April. So they are moving to digital transformation, business going digital. The interaction is always digital with your browser or mobile app or even API, which is basically just some commands and to get information. But also there are new technology coming in, and the bad actors are getting additional opportunity to pay their bills, nation state. So there's always going to be a need for the cybersecurity workforce. So for that, IC² is seeking to help. I don't know the details, but this really, it must be some funding being injected by somebody that they want to do the right thing, because getting the CC at no cost, it costs money to create that content. It costs money to process that exam at the personal view. So this should be nothing free. This is an opportunity for us in Algeria to get why not be maybe the top in the chart of the workforce who took advantage of this. Why not make it more objective, so we will have inshallah a place other than soccer or running or swimming. Should be maybe in something that's meaningful, right? So that's why IC² is doing it, and it's amazing. I've been instructor of IC² for many years. I've never seen that IC² give you something for free, and I'm recorded. They may listen to this, so so to be very clear, so take advantage of it. So
Yes,
as a sort
and
of yes.
just one last question about this topic. About, are you interested in becoming CC, certified in cybersecurity? We have actually more than 67% who are very much interested, and 25% who have already this certification from the audience.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I see we have so far 31 individual, including 3 of us and other. So we used to be 28. So, and the fact they are still here, they didn't leave us, I'm glad. So they must be interesting for them. So yes.
I have another one which can be also something which is interesting. What are your top reasons for wanting to become CC certified?
We will cover
So
that.
we have, okay, yeah.
So let's do this. Let's go through the content, and if we don't answer the question, next make sure we capture it. I think that one is covered. So okay. Awesome. So who can certifying cybersecurity candidate may include really anybody. It can be IT professional, which is somebody who works on IT, being server admin or what have you. Somebody just want to change. I mean, you're being an assess for she park and a guardian for park. You can change it. I had students really who used to be an admin assistant. This could be I don't know, taxier, work Ubers or Lyft. I mean, you don't have to be in IT. You don't have to have a BAC or even high school diploma. You don't need. You just need a few things I'm going to share with you that you'll be successful here. So I have students really now they are product manager or they are pen testing managers or ethical hacking managers. Used to be like Carrefour, La France, or a supermarket manager. So this is no reason for you not to be able to get in the field, given if you have some prerequisite that you already have or you can have. Or you can be college student or recent graduate. So I send this webinar information to many عدة مدراء في الجيل تاع جامعات, and I'm hoping they have shared this with some of you. So if you learn this from say University of Biskra or Mustaghanam or Tamarasset, or there are some universities that I share this with them. So hopefully if you're here, just say I'm here in the chat, because you learn from those individuals. Because I tried also, I do speak at universities. So you're a college student, there's no reason not go and do this certification. So when you earn the CC, you will gain access to ISC² membership and benefit. There's a lot of free material there, courses, webinar, and you'll be part of an elite group, and you will get some networking. I think at the end of the day, you want a job. And that's what I tell my students. You get in cybersecurity to secure your future, your nation, and the world. Because alhamdulillah, we are as Algerian, and we want to contribute to make the world safer because of our values. I mean, our values, alhamdulillah, we're Muslimin. We are going to be Muslim, أينما وقع نفع. And we should not be shy to be very proud of who we are, because we just, we will be the leader, inshallah, in this area. So successful security professionals are expected to be able to do this. This is my advice to you. This is not just for the CC. There's really a 25 plus experience in the field with global interaction. You should be able to work with the team. I think our culture, we like to be as a team. We are very team oriented. The reason why there's a top one, because in the West, there's a lot of individuals. People are really, you see selfishness in action in many places. So for us, I think our values, our culture, we like to be as a team. We find us in the corner, one cup of coffee, we share it all buntu تاع دخان وتقاسموا مع بعض, صح? Donc we don't have that problem. So just make sure you can work with the team, but also you should not be imma. You have to be able to work independently. You have to be able to take a project and manage it. Because in cybersecurity, sometimes you are one-person team. You're looking at the logs as a SOC analyst, security operations analyst, and you should have some skills how to manage projects. So just a hint, myself, I had to do some certification, and Mohammed I have 50. Actually, that was around 2020. Now I have 58 certifications. And one of them is actually just got recently, but I got the PMI, the Project Management Institute, a PMP, and I did Agile, ACP as well. Why? Do I need it for my work as my primary role? No, but I work in cybersecurity and work with a project manager. You can be the worst enemy of a project manager. They don't like you unless they feel that you are supporting them. And the only way you come across as supporting them is when you are helping them to be successful. How can you help them to be successful while you don't help yourself to be successful? So you need to be able to align your goals with their goals. So they will carry you. You will be like you will ride the wave of the project manager activities. And that comes to really a lot of things, such as shift to the left, come early. Project manager has no problem to budget for security, or ask for budget security, or ask for schedule for security, or ask for adapting the scope security if you come early enough so they can act on it. If you come at the 11th hour in the execution, they don't even want to hear, and they will win. You will lose security. Of course, you can also provide customer service. Whatever we do in our life, even if you're working in a coffee shop, or you are president of a nation, you should be able to serve your customer. So that's just skill you need it. And then you'll be able to, soft skill, be able to communicate, to present your work. And there's a whole stakeholder management in project management. You have to understand your audience. You have to understand, the message. And this communication has to be by design. You don't just say, okay, now I have work product for you. What do you want to know? No, it has to be part of the requirement for the work you do. So This is some of the critical skills you should have. And if you want to get some definition about these things, go to ChatGPT, okay, and say, can you summarize for me problem solving skills? Which I did before this session just to see how I can be helpful. Yeah, go check problem solving, and you'll be able to solve a problem. And there are some key attributes that will enable you to solve the problem. One thing I tell people report to me and my peers, I'm not interested in the journey. I mean, I don't know how much you sweat. I want results. So even in physics, work by definition, العمل بالتعريف, if you go بلعب بس الالجي بعد الجي بلعب بس, the job, the work is zero. There's no positive work. Yeah, you sweated, you spent 2 days on the road, but there's no work, there's no product. So really, you should be able to deliver. How you do it, that's your problem. If you do it at the minimum cost, minimum time, that's all what we want. And that's the culture we don't have. Usually the third world that doesn't have the culture of getting things done. Enjoy the result, not the journey. Okay? And this is the rest. To think out of the box, basically. Like you guys now, I mean, you should not be tied by saying, especially now with the internet, you don't say I don't have the means. I mean, we used to get a book from l'Institut National Telecom في Ono, 1999, 1991, and we had to wait a few weeks before we get a textbook. Now you can go online and it can be read for you. Just don't download things that are, illegal material, because usually you have a virus in that content. So, and then analytic thinking, desire to learn. This is very important. Even there is a platform, LMS, a learning management system, it's called desire to learn. Desire number 2, learn. So it's really, that's the prerequisite. We said you don't need to be an IT person. You don't need to know what's an IP address, but you need to have desire to learn. And and the critical thinking, and I mean, challenge the status quo. يعني الحل عندك تحداها. I will add something, advice. Our culture has a lot of good advice. اثنان لا يتعلمان مستحي ومتكبر. So don't be shy when you get in this field, especially on you, and don't be arrogant because you have experience. Because you will, some of people I know, the failed. So desire to learn is really a key thing. And sabr, patience for learning. I'm telling you, I have to go through that myself. I have to be patient in my last certification and go through all the content, don't skip. So كما يقولوا احنا بالصبر واليقين تؤتى الإمامة في الدين. So you use that قول من الثقافة بتاعنا. Again, you may see me using these kind of things because I'm, alhamdulillah, very proud Algerian with my values, and I want to participate and contribute to the United States. I get a lot from this country, alhamdulillah. I'm one of the society. So I want also to contribute with things that are really of value. So that's why you see me, I mean, sharing this with you. How to get started? There's no specific prerequisite to take the exam, but to succeed is desire to learn and patience. A basic IT knowledge recommended. Really, if you do, I mean, whatever you decide to do, I encourage you to do a CompTIA A+, CompTIA Network Plus. Okay, if you do something equivalent like such a Network Plus from CompTIA, do Cisco CCNA or CCENT or what have you, that would be great. But if you can't, at least, I don't say you have to do those before you do CC. But you will be always having a gap if you don't know how the computer works. And anything you touch that has CPU and has RAM, it's a computer. Okay, so you need basic IT knowledge. Then network experience in cybersecurity required. This is a marketing. I would like you to network and start to attend these conferences, go online and all those things, and get to know what's really the objective of cybersecurity, at least. Because the CC, we speak about the one of first domain, is the fundamentals. Of course, no formal education diploma this is really, if you have a desire to learn, if you want to secure your future, you have the opportunity. There is no such certification out there that is free, as we speak, and without prerequisite, such as Security Plus. And I'm speaking with knowledge, because CompTIA, if you go CompTIA website and put Mohammed Malki SME, you'll find me there as one of the subject matter experts, which I created some of their exam questions and the blueprint for the cloud. I did what we call now CYSA Plus, which is the blue team cert. So really, Security Plus is a great one, but there is a lot into it. So I encourage you, if you are new in this field, do the ISC² CC. Why cybersecurity? God, I mean, by now we should be knowing. It's almost like saying your parents advising you, hey, when you go outside, pay attention, don't talk to a stranger, don't get in a car with somebody that you don't know. So it's really it's a necessity for what we do. It's not like something we just want to do. Is a necessity. And I can tell you, I know some individual not too far from me that without even with just a high school diploma, they are making more than what somebody that maybe has a PhD here in the United States. I can tell you, you find 20 years old making $120,000 a year. I mean, that's okay. So there would be more need. So this is a future-proof investment. So if you're going to spend your time, if you get that money to take a class, if you need to pay, that's all worth it. That's really, and I'm not encouraging you to don't go through the college and get diploma, what have you. But just know, in United States, we have some entrepreneur who actually they gave money for those successful students from universities to quit actually and have a startup. So they actually say having a college degree is really, but I'm not telling you don't do it. الحمد لله مبروك على الناس اللي فوتوا الباك هذا العام. So, but there is a whole movement that is not going to college. They're just doing IT and most importantly cybersecurity. So for you, get the degree, college, and get the certification. So because you will find yourself the most what you learn at universities and colleges is the ability to learn. So يعني تمشي تتعلم كي دير تعلم، تمشي تتعلم كي دير تخبش. And that's what I did actually. I did my engineer data telecom بلاجيري، بعد رسيت telecom، بعد مشيت لاكوري سود درت ماستر تماك، بعدها دخلت امريكان without any degree from the United States. So but I learned how to learn. So after that, I mean, I took off and I was not even interested to get a degree in the United States. Okay, so this is the roles that you can have. It's really the CC give you the foundation, right? So you can be security analyst, can be in institutional system. I was in a called JST conference. It was like 2014. They invited me, Fiwaharan. We had a global conference about how to secure SCADA system and ICS, what have you. So that's another area. Risk analyst, incident responder. I mean, this is incident responder is almost like going to the emergency room. I mean, all the company that's in Algeria, ولا البنك ولا الجouvernement ولا they may not hire maybe don't have a budget for security engineer, but when something happened, they want somebody who knows how to respond to incidents. And they would wish to have somebody that is Algerian, that they can put this person through some clearance and trusted, instead of bringing somebody they don't know, right? So this is where incident response is a great place to be, because it's almost like you have fire at home. You have to bring some water. So forensic specialist is a subtopic in incident response. You can be pen tester. You know, there are some company, they want to do these things. I know some company, I was in Algeria, they do this job. Security engineer, an auditor. Auditor is almost like an incident response, because some like, for example, banks and some organization, they have to have some audit taken and happening. Otherwise, they don't be able to process the PCI DSS or what have you. And a system administrator. So you can come from that area. I know I have, how much time I have? 10 minutes?
You have
15
10 minutes, yeah.
Yep.
10 minutes, good. So, you know,
minutes,
because I can talk for 40 hours. Let me tell you why, because I teach ICSSP and others, it's 40-hour session. So these are the domains. Domain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Domain-wide security principle, that's really important. Without you won't be able to do a thing. So really you get those basic, and there's no integral or exponential or formula تاع je sais pas Chernobyl, for example. Formula is very basic concept. You just need to know that it exists. The CIA, for example, or many concepts. You just need to learn it. And as an Algerian, I know. So you just need to put the time, patience, and desire to learn. Then, of course, you go to the business continuity. This is where the statement here says, bad things are going to happen. It can be an incident, it can be a disaster, or you can be really a coup situation, which is really the all IT systems are not available. Good luck. If you don't have a business continuity plan, maybe you'll go under, be تنشي. And of course, the access control. Most of the hack that's happening on-prem or the cloud is mostly access control. We call it IAM, and it's 22%. Then you have a network security. A lot of people, they have a challenge with network security because there's an IP address and there's a binary, all those things. But if we need to go and help you to prepare for the exam, Sufyan, this is an offer to the group. I can go through in a high level because I have access to the training material from ISC². I cannot use it, but my experience, I can do some, say, network security as a session, and we can, address the concern about binary and IP address version 4. Version 5, and it's 24%. It's almost domain 1 to domain 4 are very important. Then you have security operation. That's basically where 90% of the time the system is. You define, you design, you develop, and you deploy. So when you deploy, that's what you did before is basically maybe just 5%. Then you retire the system, maybe 5%. In between, most of the time, it's almost like an airplane, طيارة. 5 minutes, it's a cruising altitude. Then the most of the time is a cruising altitude. Then 5 minutes to land or 10 minutes to land. So that's what security operation is all about. That's a firewall administration, logs, the SIEM, and all the things. So this is the exam. I think Nash is going to cover this, or I will go through this quickly. It's like another. Should I go through this, or is being covered? Let me go through this. Is it 2 hours? It will be 100 questions. You may get out of 100 questions, I believe 25 are questions just to see how well they will perform. Meaning, the grading will be about the 75 questions, I believe. The other 25, even if you get them wrong, they're not going to count against you. Why I'm saying this, because you may find questions that make no sense, right? What are you talking about? And it happened to me actually in my last exam. I said, what? It doesn't even sound like it sounds written by somebody. And it was questions. So maybe that's one of them. So I just didn't waste too much time. And so the point is, don't be discouraged if you maybe get hit with 10 questions among those 25. That sounds so weird. You don't even know if you got them right or wrong. So, but please confirm, because I know for other certification, they have 25 questions to be tested there. And of course, test and center person view. We have a center there in Algeria, inshallah. It will be shared with you. Will be in English, which is, I don't think it's in French or anything. So another reason, so to put French behind you. Sorry for you if you guys, for somebody who wants to stick with the French, it's good to have it. But I think moving to English there's another reason. And Korean, I do speak Korean, by the way. So I would never take the test in Korean, by the way. So if you speak Korean, you can chat with me about it. So this is after you pass the exam. You have to complete the application, which I did when I did my CGRC. Even though I'm teaching for ISC², I had to do the application. And I had to have somebody like Sufyan to endorse me, right? And actually, I had sometimes been endorsed by my student, which is cool. So you have to be always humble, right? And then she agreed to ISC² privacy policy. There's a privacy policy, you have to agree to it. There's a recertification required every 3 years, and you have to get 45 CPEs. Becoming a member, you have access to a lot of content, and you get some CPEs from attending this session as well. I think you get 1 CPE, if I'm correct. Then, of course, there's an annual maintenance fee that happen after that. So why choosing ISC² training? Because the cost is really good. You know how much the cost? It's free. So you cannot get something cheaper than free, unless, if you know something, tell us. But you have other options if you have different learning style. I encourage you today, go to option 1. Get yourself trained for free. Take the exam with these tips. we'll share with you. But if for some reason you want to listen to some instructor, you can do that. But the self-paced training, the content, I looked at it because I shared with some people around me. It's sufficient to pass the test with little networking and attending some session. Or you can have a live online session, which I teach these classes actually globally. I have students from Singapore all the way to Australia. I'm teaching this class on the 11th of August, the next one. It will be like twice a week in the evening, my time, and 2 weeks, so 4 sessions. So benefit of this certification, respect. When you get certification, I mean, if you go to LinkedIn and I want to put I got certification, people just say, Mohammed, wow, that's great. That's a good one. So if at this stage of my life, I appreciate that, but I think when I was 20 or when I was just after college, somebody tells me like, Sufyan, wow, that's a good job. That's a good thing for me because other people see this and I may get job offer and advancement. I have people reach out to me to teach for those things. Growth and learning, you should not stop learning in cybersecurity and IT. I'm always learning. If I share with you, how do I learn? You tell Mohammed, you don't have a life. I do have a life. I have been in over 36 countries and I have 4 kids, right? I'm still married. It's not my wife's still with me. So I'm sure I'm spending time with my family, right? I'll tell you how. And you can become part of the community and you get more money. I'm telling you, I have seen one person a few days ago, 2019, he started $53,000 a year. 2020, $128,000. The person doubles plus the salary. So there's no reason for you not to be part of the family. And we have questions, but I'll go back to the question answers. This is the ISC². This is the same organization who declared this CISSP. If you say I am CISSP, it's almost like say I am a general in the cybersecurity, almost. So, and we have only 53, I think, in Algeria. That one of them happened to be my classmate. So here's when you do the register. And there is the next one. This is, guess what? July 11th? No, not 11th. Is it 11th? I think today, I don't know. Today, there is a session at 11 p.m. AM my time. I mean, forgive me, add 5 hours from your time. It would be sessions. This is kind of a session. You have people other than me speaking how to prepare. So maybe this session will motivate you to go to the Bright Talk session and you can see some of these. So it's supposed to be July 28, 11 p.m. It was typo because I did it just last minute. So forgive me. I can, yeah. So today, 3 hours from when we started. Go to the link, you find it there. And there are some recorded session as well. You find me there with another group, not just CC, but also I think CCSP and SSCP and the CGRC. So this is sadly, if you tell your friend and become a member and we create a cloud of Algerians, we may bring conference like this to Algiers. Seriously. I mean, we have enough relationship with ISC². I do teach in this kind of the last year, I think I did teach on this conference. So we have some string to pull, really. I mean, EMEA and Algeria will be hosting this, and you have your conference center in Algiers and Binyan. I don't know, Sufyan, what's called that place we met? ICT or CTI or TCI? The international conference. You're muted. You're muted. Sufyan, you're muted.
It was a CIC conference facility.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. We can bring this to you. So, and as a student, maybe you get a good discount and what have you. You want to connect? This is my email, website. I do teach for Cloud Security Alliance and all those things as well, but this is my LinkedIn. This best way to connect with me is LinkedIn, because we live there. So let me go back to the Q&A and open it for you guys for questions and answers. So even 1 minute earlier.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Mohammed. I will now resume screen sharing. And now I'd like to introduce Marwa Yaish Ashour, the CEO of Formini, Algeria's sole person view approved exam center for IC² exams. Marwa's expertise with IC² certification make her the perfect guide to help you navigate the exam registration process. But before that, allow me to introduce Bashir Benyami, who is in charge of membership for our chapter, who will share more details. Over to you, Bashir.
Bashir.
Bashir, are you here? Apparemment, peut-être il a un
He's not
petit
here.
souci. Yep. Let's go with
We can
Marwa.
start?
Yep. Go
Okay.
ahead. Thank you,
Okay.
Marwa.
Thank you, Mohammed. I'm Marwa Yaish Ashour. I'm CEO and Partnership Development Manager for Mini. We will talk in this section about the process of registering for cybersecurity exams, such as exams provided, the registration, booking confirmation, our address, how to prepare for the day of the exam, what I can bring with me, later result, and how many breaks we can have for the ISC² exam, and finally, the non-disclosure agreement. Okay. For the exam that we provide, we can talk about the CC, as Mohammed have talked about this, and the CISSP, SSCP, SSSP. There is a lot of exam for ISC², and we provide also a CISM exam about ISACA. We are pleased to announce you that we are the only test center in Algeria who deliver this kind of exams. So we can help you in order to reduce your stress and maximize your chance of success. Okay, about registration, you can go on the website of personview.com ISC², and you can book for the exam directly if you have your voucher. I think a lot of our candidates have their voucher for free. And I'm pleased to inform you that that you can take the exam in our test center for free also. So you have just to book online or contact our test center in order to book the same day or just before the 24 hours. Okay. If you use your voucher, you will receive an email automatically from ISC², and this email will contain all information about your registration, and you can call Formini also in order to confirm your booking, or contact us by email in our media, so you can confirm your booking. Okay, we can, Mohammed, go ahead. Okay. For the address, okay, we are in Hussein Day, نقدروا نقولوا Cité Maya. Donc, si vous pouvez venir par métro, le métro, il faut sortir par la sortie Hayy El Badr, le côté parking, ensuite allant vers Cité Maya, vous avez 5 minutes à 7 minutes de marche maximum. Donc, pour les voitures, en général, si on est en été, donc il y a moins de formation, vous pouvez vous garer juste à côté, vous allez trouver pas mal de place. Si on est en période de formation et tout, vous pouvez vous garer directement dans la station du métro Hayy El Badr. Donc, il me semble que ça coûte 100 dinars. Et pour être sûr que la voiture est en bonne dans le parking directement. Sinon, vous pouvez directement venir par métro. C'est ça l'avantage, c'est qu'on est près des moyens de transport. Donc, about IDs, you should have two forms of ID, so primary and secondary ID. Donc, passeport, carte nationale, ou bien passeport permis, ou bien carte nationale et permis, mais vous devez ramener deux sortes de ID parce que dans tous les cas, si vous ramenez qu'une seule ID, vous ne pouvez pas passer l'examen. Ça fait partie de la politique. OK. What I can bring with me. A lot of candidates ask us what I can bring with me. So you can bring your bag that can contain a laptop, but the dimension cannot exceed the dimension that is written in the slide. For medication and food are allowed, but if necessary, because the exam for CC exam, we just have 2 hours. So I think we don't really need to have a breaks in order to eat. And also you are allowed to bring a bottle of water. It's you can bring it with you in order to and in the testing room. Okay. We can okay, for late arrivals also it is advised to be present in the test center 30 minutes ahead the exam. Donc لازم تكونوا 30 دقيقة قبل الإكزام. إذا الإكزام يبدأ على 9 لازم نتوما تكونوا عندنا à 8h30 parce qu'il y a une procédure d'enregistrement قبل ما تدخلوا l'examen. Si le candidat a l'examen à 9h et il arrive à 9h20, 9h voire 9h20, il n'est pas autorisé à passer l'examen. Donc, le max le test center qu'on fait, c'est 15 minutes. How many breaks do I have for the CC exam? Alors, pour les breaks ou les pauses, في ISC², you don't have scheduled breaks. وش معناتها scheduled breaks؟ يعني des breaks, des pauses qui sont planifiées en interne de l'examen. Alors, وش تقدروا ديروا؟ unscheduled breaks are permitted. OK? We can have unscheduled break. يعني انت surtout في SSP, c'est un examen de 4 heures, 4 hours. I think you cannot تقدرش ما يكونش عندك ان بريك. مي باغ كونطخ تقدر تستعمل unscheduled breaks. malheureusement كي تستعمل unscheduled breaks il faut savoir باللي الوقت راه يجوز. donc si vous sortez pour 5 minutes pour aller manger ولا تشرب دواء ولا aller au sanitaire, donc راح يتاخدوا من l'examen تاعك هاد الوقت هاد les 5 minutes et tout. OK, pour ces examens en général les candidats la plupart du temps ما ياخدوش un scheduled break parce que c'est un examen de 2 heures. 2 hours, I think we don't need to take a break. Ça fait nécessairement. OK. Et dernièrement, on va parler de NDA. There is a non-disclosure agreement. Une fois que vous la salle de l'examen, il vous sera affiché le non-disclosure agreement. Vous devez le signer. C'est-à-dire juste numériquement le signer. Vous avez 5 minutes pour le faire. Malheureusement, si vous ne l'acceptez pas, vous n'êtes pas autorisé à faire passer l'examen. Donc, c'est juste des procédures où la confidentialité de l'ISC². C'est leur politique, c'est tout à fait normal. Donc, essayez de mettre 5 minutes هذيك الأولى تجوز directement. Une fois تجوز les 5 minutes هذوك, vous pouvez faire start the exam et commencer votre examen. Alors, l'avantage, c'est que, comme tout à l'heure, l'examen, et le passage de l'examen, il est gratuit. Et aussi, la salle, elle est bien équipée, quiet. Donc, there is an air conditioning. There is comfortable chairs. So you can, كيفاش يقولوا, يكون عندكم les bonnes conditions pour réussir votre examen de CC ou de CISP ou les autres examens ISC². Et voilà, en principe, c'est fini, Mohamed.
Excellent, merci
Il
beaucoup,
s'allume.
Marwa. En fait, on va revenir maintenant sur la session Q&A. Si tu me permets, Mohamed, je vais te lire les questions. Mais s'il vous plaît, pour les participants, l'appel est toujours ouvert. Il n'est pas encore trop tard. Si vous avez des questions, n'hésitez pas à les poser. On commence par la première question de Bachir Benyammi qui dit will CC be added to the approved list of credentials which satisfy the 1 year experience toward obtaining CISSP? Experience with between brackets?
I don't know the formal answer. First time I heard this, but my knowledge experience with ISC², I don't think so. Because the experience is not certification, right? This is by the way, this is certificate, not certification, and there's a difference between the two. So I don't think so, but I can check. And if you share your email, the group here, we may have a follow-up, hopefully with other links, because I know there are other links on the topic, and we answer this question. But my Mohammed answer by my experience IC² when I'm teaching CSSP and CSSP look at prerequisite, the experience is different than having a certificate. So I have seen other organizations when they say, if you have CSSP, this comes toward 1 year or 2 years, but I haven't seen this with the CISSP or CCSP or others. So, but the training hours, they go toward the CPEs. So you get at least a half answer. Sorry for that if I don't have the answer.
OK, on passe à la deuxième question qui vient de Yassine Mehdi Amer qui dit how to prepare for the exam.
Really, go to the free content that I shared with you and attend any conference that will or webinar that actually speak to the domains, those domains that we talked about. There are plenty out there. And of course, keep eye on ISC² Aljazair. As I said, we may do, if we have a demand for get deeper in the content of the exam blueprint, there are other people, very qualified people, they can do this, but I'm happy to come back and do like, non-ISC² content that supports you for certification.
Excellent. La troisième, elle vient de Jawad qui dit what are the steps to become a trainer?
The step become trainer, I mean, talk to me, and I will connect you with ISC². And what happened to me, I had actually one senior instructor for ISC² who actually wrote the curriculum for ISC² in a big certification, took one of my classes, I teach cloud security, and then he mentored me to become a trainer for ISC². So actually, me or anybody, I can introduce you to the ISC², and you take it from there. So usually you just attend a session, some trainer will be watching you teaching class, and this process that you go through. And why not? Shoot for the best, because they pay really well.
Excellent. Maintenant, Mehdi Ben Diaf, il a deux questions. La première, what are the steps to obtain the free voucher and get access to the course? C'est la première. Et la deuxième, c'est how hard is the CC exam comparing to CISSP?
So to get the information, go to ISC² website here, and you just put CC certification, and you'll find the link, and just read carefully. So you just go ISC² site. I mean, if you can find it, of course, we can always send this link to you, but it's easy. You can go there and just Google ISC² CC, free exam, and you will find the website. And yeah, read the process, because I know one person gets stuck and they have to call the customer service and became a nightmare. So yeah, it's easy. Just go to the website. And the other question was, what was it, please?
How hard is the CC comparing to the CISSP exam?
If you're not arrogant, if you are humble and you study like as if you are going to fail, like I did with my CGRC, with CISSP you have a lot of knowledge, because CISSP is like as we say, is an inch deep and mile wide. This one is really, if you have CSSP and you master the network security and IAM, because you have to have a fundamental, which is 26%, you should be fine, but don't undermine it, because I know some CSSP level failed it because they walked in like as they didn't prepare, and they think just walk in and and pass the exam. So you should be okay with CSSP.
Excellent. The other question is, I think that is related to the membership for our chapter. I'm really sorry because we are out of time. We can't answer all the other questions, but we will share with you the answers by we will find a good way to do it. And Sofiane, I will ask you the question, and we will close with it if you don't mind. The question is, we can find the information about membership to the Algiers chapter. And can you elaborate about the membership for them, please, Sofiane?
Yes, yes. For the membership, there is a process in place. Simply to make it simple, you can send us a mail, and we will be more than happy to respond and to welcome you to our chapter, because the one of the objective is to grow this chapter and make many members joining the chapter. So this is but just to be clear about that, everyone can join the chapter, and even if you have not some security or IT background, we can have lawyers, we can have someone who have some interest in cybersecurity for any reasons. He can join us. So the membership is not required to have some security or IT background, and everyone is welcome. So just to be simple, just send us an email, and we will respond you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Merci beaucoup, Mohamed. Merci beaucoup, Marwa. On va clôturer parce qu'on a dépassé le temps. Et bon courage à tous. Et bonne chance pour l'examen pour ceux qui vont le passer. Allez, au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Merci à tous.